Mario Kart.
Mario Kart is a series that has been around for almost 35 years, with the first game, Super Mario Kart, being released all the way back in 1992, and the second, Mario Kart 64, the topic of this video, being released on December 14th, 1996 in Japan, February 10th, 1997 in North America, and June 24th, 1997 in Europe for the Nintendo 64. Mario Kart 64 surprisingly has less tracks than its predecessor, Super Mario Kart. Although now that I think about it, I'm not really surprised because Super Mario Kart only had 7 track styles if you don't include Rainbow Road. Anyways, the 16 tracks in Mario Kart 64 are Luigi Raceway, Moo Moo Farm, Koopa Troopa Beach, Calamari Desert, Toad's Turnpike, Frappe Snowland, Choco Mountain, Mario Raceway, Wario Stadium, Sherbert Land, Royal Raceway, Bowser's Castle, DK's Jungle Parkway, Yoshi Valley, Banshee Boardwalk, and Rainbow Road. Mario Kart 64 has 8 playable characters, like Super Mario Kart, but instead, DK Jr. is replaced with Donkey Kong, and Koopa Troopa is replaced with Wario. But Donkey Kong wasn't originally meant to be in the game. Instead, it was supposed to be Magic Koopa, also known as Kamek, but he was removed by the developers before the 1996 release. As well as cut characters, Mario Kart 64 also has a few cut tracks that didn't make it into the final version of the game. One of them being like a life-size parking garage, which has players drift around in a continuous spiral to ascend the building. But it was scrapped because the constant tight circular turning made players motion sick. The files for this track were uncovered in the 2020 Nintendo Giga Leak, as it revealed textures intended for the track, such as an exit sign and floor number signs. Another scrap track is a city track, but unlike Mario Kart Tour city tracks, this one wasn't based off a real city. At least I don't think it was. The city featured a castle, a big pond, houses, and other standard city stuff. The reason it was scrapped was because of the length of the track. It was estimated to be around 1600 to 1800 meters, which I don't think is actually correct because Rainbow Road's length is 2,000 meters, but I'm not sure. Mario Kart 64 only used 4 megabytes of RAM. You might be wondering, how did it use so little data and still function well? It's because the developers for the game used clever hardware and programming tricks to make the game function smoothly. Firstly, to save memory, the characters and karts aren't actual 3D models. Instead, they are pre-rendered 2D images that constantly rotate to face the camera. This technique freed up enough RAM to allow smooth 4-player split-screen gameplay. Also, the Nintendo 64 unified its memory, meaning the CPU, audio, and video components all shared the exact same 4 megabyte pool, avoiding the waste of duplicate data. Mario Kart 64 introduced some new items into the Mario Kart series, including the infamous spiny shell, triple green shells, triple red shells, and the banana bunch, which gives you 5 bananas. It also introduced the fake item box, also known as the Fib, triple mushrooms, and the golden mushroom. There was also rumoured to be the feather item, but that didn't make it into the final version of the game. Mario Kart 64 wasn't originally going to be named Mario Kart 64. Instead, it was planned to be called Super Mario Kart R. This was because the R was supposed to stand for rendered. Members of the Japanese development team also noted that the R served as a clever double meaning for the Japanese word Rockagion. I definitely pronounced that wrong, which translates to 64. The reason it was changed was because Sega were preparing to launch their own 3D racing game, named Sonic R. To avoid confusion, Nintendo dropped the R suffix. I hope you enjoyed my Mario Kart 64 retrospective and learned something cool. Subscribe!